All right. Okay, you guys. So I'm excited. A lot of us just got off of Jason Camper's call, and Amber and we were going to lead, our normal team call tonight. And I had spent time. It's funny because this morning Jason had a Zoom, a private team Zoom, which we were invited to. Interesting enough, there was only 24 people on the entire Zoom, and it was a question and answer Zoom. And after that, I was like, I have to derail what I was going to share with everybody tonight and share what Jason shared because it was so thought-provoking. And he touched on some of it tonight, but some of it he didn't. So we'll have to share with that. But I would love to hear y'all's feedback. I would love to hear what you thought about the call. Amber, I want to toss it to you first. And then if you guys want to share, if you'll drop in the chat that you want to share, and then we'll just go round robin. I will tell you the biggest thing that I took away from Amber. I'm going to make you co-host too, so you can help me with admitting people, because I'm afraid I'm going to forget to admit people. If I can figure out how to do that. Oh, there it is. Okay. But one of the biggest things was about I know I am guilty of this, the planning. It's you can plan yourself to you're blue in your face, and you can talk about, well, I'm going to do that next month. I'm going to do that in 3 days from now. The time is now. And I love the fact that he painted the picture of Starbucks and talked about, where are we? You guys, where are we in 6 months? He's talking about 36 months, but think about 3 months, think about 6 months. And the fact that you are one person away from your entire life changing. Who is that person? So I just loved so much about it. Amber, I'll let you share, and then we will go to the next person who wants to share.
Okay. I've got 2 pages of notes. This one was from earlier today, and then a whole separate section from the one just now. So I'm going to be probably flipping back and forth. I mean, some of it was the same. I mean, he kind of reiterated this morning what he said tonight, but what he said this morning, that stood out to me more than anything was he's talking a lot about motivation and where you get that motivation from. And sometimes it's not about having the pep rally, right? It's not about having, where's, a leader to pep me up and have a pep rally. It's about keeping your own vision. And there's such a difference between pep rally and being motivated by something that someone says. Yes, that's great. Yes, we all need it. But you can never lose sight of your vision, your personal vision. And that's what's going to take you throughout this journey, is having your finger on the pulse of your vision for your life, of what you want this to be, not just soul motivation and figuring out where that motivation is going to come from. Are you lost in your own forest? He said that this morning, and I was like, oh, I think some of us get lost in our own forest. I know I've been lost in my own forest before, and that just means overcomplicating things. At the end of the day, what's going to grow your business is talking to people and getting people on Thrive. That's how you grow this business, not overcomplicating it and pulling in so many different resources and things that just feel overwhelming and walking around in the endless forest. It's just getting people on Thrive and making those connections and having those conversations all the time. Said it both on both calls, massive action solves all problems. How true is that? Was that a gut punch for anybody? It was for me. Let me go to tonight's calls. When he talked about there's the organizations and the businesses of the communities out there that follow this volunteer type army that we're in, he said the only thing 2 things that come to his mind is direct sales, or this type of, community setup that we have with direct sales and multi-level marketing, and church. Nobody's making you be here. Kelly and I are not your bosses. We're not, where's your time clock, Melissa? I want to make sure you showed up today. We're not doing that. You get to be here because you're choosing to be here. And that means you want something out of it. So it's staying the course to figure out how are you going to get to that path without getting lost in your own forest. That was my big aha for tonight. And then those 2 questions he asked, right? Did everybody answer those questions and take a minute to really, really think about it? The first question was, if you could design your future, what would it look like? And the second one is, how bad do you want that future? And I typed a couple notes in my phone when he said that, because it was so profound to me that I had to type it out. Let me see if I can get back to it. You can't kind of want it. You can't sort of want it. You can't hope it might maybe happen someday. This is something, if you want it, it can be anything you want, and you have to go get it. So that's what I typed out. I'm gonna toss it back over to you now, Kelly. Oh, vibes are a virus too.
Yes. One of the things too, I want to add on that he did not say tonight, but he said earlier, and this, I wrote this out to share with you guys tonight before I even knew this call, he was doing this call, was when he was talking about the motivation. You know, it really did hit me in a little bit of a different way, because I personally have viewed my role as a leader as to help motivate others and to help motivate individuals. And it really struck me as like, that's not your role. Like, I know he didn't say that specifically to me, but like the motivation, it's more the support, it's more the encouragement. And you think about like in your deepest, this morning, he talked about like, when is your deepest, darkest time? What do you see then? What do you want? How bad do you want it? Do you have to, those of you that are parents, do you have to be motivated every day to be a good one? No, you most likely, it's innate in who you are. You want to be good. Like, you want to wake up every day. You don't have to go get yourself motivated that, hey, I want to be a good parent today, or no, I want to be a crappy parent today. No, like, it's just part of who you are. So I love the fact that he said, he did not spell it out tonight, but this morning he was talking about, you know, you don't need motivation. You need to stop and you need to figure out what your vision is, because your vision, your deep vision, what do you want? And that's when he asked that question, that turns into your motivation. That vision is what motivates you. You don't need a pep rally, you need a vision. And I loved that, because it now makes me view motivation and encouragement on a totally different level. It's more like supporting and cheering on and lifting people up, maybe when they fall off the side, but it's not your responsibility to motivate other people. I love when he said a 2 is going to be a 2. I know I am guilty of trying to take a 2 and make it an ace. I heard him loud and clear. It's not going to happen. Like, a 2 is a 2 unless they change their vision, their motivation. Then they can become an ace, but that's on them, not on you. And so, you know, sometimes when we are sponsoring new people, or sometimes when we are, you know, trying to help someone start Thrive, or they don't want to thrive, we have to view it the same way. We have to view it that it may not be what they want. It's not your fault. It's not the product's fault. Like, you have to do what you can, and then you have to move on. And I really loved that analogy that he was talking about, the parent and not being motivated. And I like a pep rally. So the fact that he says we don't need a pep rally, we need a vision. I love a pep rally. I mean, I try to have a pep rally every morning of my life, you know. Who wants to share? I don't know if y'all were saying me, like that was because you want to share, or somebody just unmute and share what your thoughts were tonight. I know somebody wants to talk.
Well, I can share one thing that, I mean, I have thought this way before in my professional career, but the way that he worded it today, I mean, I wrote it down and circled it. And that was, you know, the negative chatter, it never goes down. You should always go up. And there's a reason for that. And that's usually because the person above you has been there. They might have some wisdom that you didn't have. You know, they might be able to give you some tough love and call it out and be like, well, hey, you know, well, how many IPAs did you do today? Or like he said, how many conversations were you having? And so, you know, they might be able to completely help change where your mind is. And you call upstream, and it's so true. I mean, I say that, you know, in my day job, I have 22 hotels, and I have a lot of unhappy people, and I tell them, don't take it this way, bring it to me, and let me, connect you with the right person. So I love it. Don't talk downstream, talk upstream. Because you create, I just told somebody this today, create the environment you want to live in and be with the people you want to be with. So that was huge for me.
So good. Well, and one thing I just want to say, because I feel like I know I personally have not always been very transparent about this. And a lot of people may, as a leader, and Amber, you may feel the same way, but sometimes people feel maybe in this industry, maybe part of this team, probably part of my leadership style is that I'm rainbows and unicorns. And so people don't feel like they can complain or they can, but I love the fact that he talked about complaining is different than saying, here is what I have going on and I need your help. Can you help me problem solve? So it's two totally different things. So please don't ever hear like what he's not saying. I'm not saying, Amber, any of the leadership team, like we don't want your frustrations to be held back, because that is something we can overcome. I mean, Amber and I just had a conversation earlier today. No one knows unless you speak up. So it's not necessarily complaining if you come and you expect a resolve. Don't call and complain, about blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. If it's a real thing, like this is an issue I'm having, I want help. You guys, that is part of what leadership is here to help. Trust me, we do it too. I mean, we do it too. So know that is available. I know personally, I have probably not provided a really great space for that. So those of you live, those of you listening to replay, they're on my team. Like, please know that is available to you. It is okay to say, I am struggling and I need help with this. I don't think that is complaining, as long as you do something about it.
Yeah, there's a difference between venting and saying, hey, help me come to a solution, or brainstorm, help me brain dump for a different way maybe to address this. That's constructive. That's productive. If you come to the table and you're constantly bringing the same problem back up over and over again, well, you're not changing your behavior then. Sorry, you're not. We can't keep talking about the same thing over and over and expecting, a different result when you haven't done anything different. So we want to know when you're struggling or when you're frustrated or when something's not working, to work through it and to get to a different outcome, but not just to complain because you're not doing the do and expecting a different outcome, because that's just a whole different, somebody just walked in, whole different argument to talk about, if that makes sense.
Who else wants to share? Ashley, listen, if you were on that call, I know you'd be sharing right now. So I can't wait for you to hear the replay. She couldn't get on. Is she frozen? She may be frozen. Oh yeah. Well, y'all, so does anybody else want to share? April says she loves this call. She's been using life excuses. Yes. And I love to, Caitlin said, if y'all haven't read the chat, when he said that your situation right now is a mirror reflection of your decisions and your prior actions. And you guys, like both of those things that Caitlin and April just brought up, I want to offer you all a clean slate. I want to offer you an opportunity tonight to give yourself some grace and take a clean slate. Okay. It does not matter. There isn't a darn thing that you can do about your actions today, yesterday, last month, this summer. Oh, I didn't take advantage of the bonuses, whatever, move on. There isn't anything that you can do about that. What you can do about it now is change your habits tomorrow. Get into action. Have that, what he said. I mean, I wrote a sticky note on my action, getting into action. Like it's going to create results. How many people are going to share your story with? Who are you going to talk to today? That's all you need to wake up and think. Who am I talking to today? The more people you talk to, the more opportunity you have to create yourself. So do not worry. You guys, don't give yourself a hard time. Life excuses. Every single one of us right now has had a life excuse that we've allowed to get in our way of building this business. Okay. Those of us who've been in it longer have had more. But there's also people, and I know each of you have had excuses that you didn't allow, and you're proud of yourself. You're like, you know what? That was a really hard day today. I'm so glad I showed up and did 5 of my IPAs. It wasn't easy to do that. I see you. I know those of you who've had those hard days and you still showed up for the girl in the mirror. So don't worry about the past. Give yourself a clean slate. Worry about what you're going to do from this moment forward. The last 90 days, you guys, we're approaching that. And I don't know if if y'all listened, if y'all remember Maria mentioning it. I reached out to her today and asked her, like, was it ready? Because I wanted to be able to like tell you guys about it tonight. She says it's not quite ready, but it's going to happen soon. So I'm on it. I promise you guys, like, we're going to do it. Amber and I talked a little bit about it earlier. I know it's going to be action based. It's not going to be like rank based or volume based. It's going to be action based because we know action equals results. So I would love for you guys to wrap your mind around what you want these last 3 months, what you want by the end of the year. What does your Christmas look like? What does your Christmas look like? What do you want to wake up to? I remember, Amber, do you remember Paul used to always do a call around this time of year? This may be the first year he hasn't done it yet. He may do it in the future, but you guys, he had us close our eyes and he had us visualize what Christmas morning looked like, waking up, what it smelled like, the feeling that you had being able to maybe have a different Christmas than you've had before, maybe helping out another family, maybe getting something a little, extra for your kids or for your spouse or for your, your neighbors, whoever it is. So I want you to think about what that looks like for you, because when October 1st is Friday. So what does it be? What is that for you? I'm
And
excited
that's not something
about
you
it.
can think about December 1st or December 15th, like those building blocks, that momentum that feeds into that Christmas season, because what you do today, you might see the benefit and the fruit come from that labor next week or next month. I mean, everything we do builds upon each other. So the people you start talking to today, they may not be ready to order until November or December, or the person that you get started today. I just got the text that one of my new samplers just got her package today and she's going to start tomorrow. I hope she loves it right away. And she's like, I'm all in. And we're talking promoter next week, but it may take some time, so it's knowing those little things that you're doing every single day, those IPAs that you're spending, those 30-minute blocks knocking out to check it off and say, I showed up today. I met the girl in the mirror and I did it. It may pay off in a week or 2 weeks or 2 months. So it's the consistency. He was talking about the 3 Ds today: desire, determination, and dedication. So true. I add a couple C's on top of it: consistency and creativity. There's a few C's that go along with those D's. But that's what you got to always remind yourself is, I might not feel like doing it today, but what I'm doing is going to build on what I'm going to do tomorrow and the next day. And it's going to have a massive impact when you look at it, big picture down the road. Yeah, recording, cool.
Can you say those 3 Ds again, Amber?
Yes, desire, determination, and dedication.
I'm excited, you guys. We will definitely find a recording. I'm sure there will be a recording. We'll either put it in there tonight or tomorrow, whenever it comes through. So does anybody have anything else they want to share? Any questions?
I just wanted to ask, you were talking about Maria's 90-day challenge starting off October 1st. What is that going to be? Is that what you were saying you didn't quite have all the stuff about yet?
Yes, I actually know nothing about it except for that it's going to happen.
Was that the thing she was talking about? It would have no PPA or no whatever, but it was like action based?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I texted her today because I wanted to be able to share it with you guys tonight and like help map out a plan. But she just said it wasn't quite ready, but it will be ready, obviously, probably in the next few days because we'll be starting on Friday. So as soon as we get it, you know, we'll sit down and we'll go for it. I'm going to be doing it right there with you. I know Amber will be too. So, you know, it's going to be, I'm sure, like something that, you know, we all know how to do. I think a lot of it's just going to be probably sharing our story and connections and free accounts and those sort of things. So I'm excited. Yes. And if y'all haven't, I think a lot of you guys have probably taken Maria's masterclass. Melissa, I am on 4 too. And it is really good. You do have to have your notebook. So Caitlin, the master class, I will actually send you the link to it. It's a new class that Maria Dillard, who is the top income earner in Lavelle, and she happens to be like pretty close to us as far as our upline goes. She was on our team call last week, and she has created just like a training on how to build your business. So I'll send it to you. It's completely free. All the training is free. So we'll send it over to you so you can. I don't think I've posted it in the newbies chat group.
It's great because they're super short. If you get trainings that are really long, I kind of like lose focus and I get distracted and I don't pay attention. These are like 10-15 minutes, but they're super motivational, and she usually gives you a little task to complete. I really loved being part of that. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys, we're going to host, and Amber may or may not be able to join, but Friday at 2:30 Eastern time, and I'll record it for those of you who can't attend live, but we're going to do our normal monthly planning, like workshop. So it'll be 2:30, and you guys, Ashley Hickman's going to be like in my house. She's flying into South Carolina on Thursday to spend some time here in South Carolina. So she'll be sitting right here. And we're going to do that. So if you guys saw in the team threads, I put some of that up. So just block it out, and we'll sort of map out what October looks like, hoping we'll include this 90-day challenge in it. So I'm excited, you guys. Y'all please know that, you know, we're here to help with whatever you need. And it's exciting. It's exciting. Amber, any closing thoughts?
No, I'm just so glad to be able to hop on one of these, see all your faces, and jump back in. I'm ready to run with you guys the last 90 days of this year and close it out with whatever visions you have for yourselves, what goals you have on your plates. Those get to be your goals. I'm lucky to be able to ride shotgun and blast the music with you. So ready to just spend some more time with this team and do it. Let's just do it. Enjoyed seeing. I didn't see your face, Lori. I've only seen your picture.
I am. Everybody smile, because I'm going to take a picture.
God.
I know.
I'm getting my hair chopped off Wednesday.
You all look beautiful. Okay. Yes, Lori. Thank you. All right. I'll tag you guys. All right, y'all have a great night, and we'll be in touch. I'll post the recording in the masterclass for those of you who need it. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a great night.
Bye.